You know what it is? Genesis chapter 19. Let's go. It was evening when the two angels came to Sodom. Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet him. And he said, "My lords, I beg of you, into your servant's house. Spend the night, bathe your feet." But they said, "No, we will spend the night in the square." Lot urged them greatly until they yielded, and he made them dinner. But before they lay down, the men of the city of Sodom surrounded the house. And they called out to Lot, "Where are the men who came to you tonight? Bring them out to us, that we may be intimate with them." Lot went out the door to the men and shut the door after him, and said, "I beg of you, my brothers, do not behave so negatively. Look now, I have 2 daughters who are virgins. Let me bring them out to you, and you can do as you please with them. But only do nothing to these men, for they have come under the protection of my roof." But they said, "Stand back." And they said, "This fellow came to live here temporarily, and now he presumes to be our judge. Now we will deal worse with you than with them." So they rushed Lot. But the men reached out and pulled Lot into the house. And they struck the men who were at the door with blindness, so they wearied themselves groping to find the door. And the 2 men asked Lot, "Have you any others here? Son-in-laws, sons, daughters, whoever you have in the city, bring them out. For the outcry against its people has grown great before the Lord, and he has sent us to destroy it." And Lot went out, his son-in-law, and said, Get out of this place, for the Lord will destroy the city." But it seems to his son-in-law to only be a joke. When morning came, angels urged Lot to hurry, saying, "Arise, take your wife, your 2 daughters, lest you too be consumed." But while he lingered, the men seized him and his wife and his 2 daughters, for the Lord was merciful to him. And when they had brought them forth, they said, "Do not look behind. Don't look behind you. Escape to the mountains, lest you be consumed." And Lot said to them, "Behold, I cannot escape to the mountains, lest negativity overtake me and I die. See now yonder the city, it is near enough to flee to, and it is a little one. Oh, let me escape to that one." And the angel said to him, "See, I have yielded to your entry concerning this thing. I will not destroy that city. Make haste and take refuge there." The name of the city was called Zorro, which means little. The Lord rained on Sodom and Gomorrah brimstone and fire. He overthrew, destroyed all inhabitants of the city. But Lot's wife looked back, and she became a pillar of salt. Abraham went up early the next morning to the place where he stood before the Lord. And he looked toward Sodom and Gomorrah, and behold, smoke went up like a furnace, and God destroyed the city. He remembered Abraham, and he sent Lot out of the midst. And Lot went up out of Zorah and dwelt in the mountain, for he feared to Zorah, and he lived in a cave, he and his 2 daughters. The elder said to the younger of the daughters, "Our father is aging, and there is not a man on earth to live with us. Come, let us make our father drunk, and we'll lie with him, so that we may preserve offspring through our father." And they made their father drunk that night, and the older went and laid with her father, and he was not aware of it. And then the next day, the firstborn said to the younger, "I lay last night with my father. Let us make him drunk tonight also, and then you go in and lie with him, so that we may preserve offspring through our father." And they made their father drunk that night, and the younger lay with him, and he was not aware of it. Thus both daughters of Lot were with child by their father. The older bore a son named Moab. He is the father of the Moabites to this day. The younger also bore a son and named him Ben-ammi, and he is the father of the Anamites to this day. Boom. End of chapter 19. All right, so let's break this down a little bit. So these two angels that came to Sodom as I was a kid, I used to be tripping out about that. Like, what you mean? It sounds like two humans were there. Two humans were there. And so, but what this is revealing is that in scripture, there were these individuals that would pop up and be moving so connected with the Spirit of God in such a divine way that wasn't matching society whatsoever, as if they were just floating through on a completely different system, if you will, that when it was seen, it was concluded, this is an angel. This is an angel. I see a man. An angel means message from God. So meaning the message that's coming to them, they're sure, like, this is from God. This is some angels here. The conclusion I came to as an adult isn't that there was two, like, poof, angels that just puffed up out the sky and they got wings and now they're walking and talking to people like some cartoon. Rather, it was two individuals who had lost themselves and invited the Spirit of God so strongly that now they're moving in a way that brings the message of God, since angel literally means messenger of God, and they're in body form. Men of that town noticed that these two guys were there and invited them out the house because they wanted to just go ahead and rape them. So when everyone's like, why they got destroyed? Oh, it's just because they were being gay. Now, it's not because they were just being gay. A lot of gay stuff has happened in the Bible. You're going to see there was gay stuff happening all over, just like we just read about incest. Gay stuff was happening. This is different than just gay stuff. This is gay rape. Okay, this is a real sodomite, meaning like you are willing to now rape men that did not choose to be gay. That's when God is done. So if you want to know when God is done with, when the wickedness has reached its height, is when now there's reports of men that are not gay being raped by these men that are, or these very powerful men. I call them gay lords. There's some gay lords out there. There's gay men that are like this, and then there's gay lords. You don't know who they are. It's who all these gay men are messing with. It's who's paying them. They're rich and super powerful. There's some super big gay lords. And so it's like when the gay lords start not paying, when gay lords are rising up and they're now raping men to try to have some men on their side under them, that's when God's done. He's done. So just letting you know. So if you start to see that, it's about to be over. Okay, because this is a pattern, and this is a pattern. The Lord this ain't the first time he says it's over. Okay, there's a couple things that piss him off, and this is one of them. The gay raping stuff. Yeah, it's done.